Hello everyone. I am so sorry I'm late with my video. I know I said I was going to do every Monday, but this holiday weekend, some of us are not as young as we used to be. Before I get started on my topic for today, though, I do want to just take a brief moment to, say rest in peace to Alton Sterling. The situation that happened is very unfortunate, and it's just like so tiresome with hearing about all the police brutality and the racism that's still going on. But I think we have to find the root cause of the problem, before we can continue to, go on the social media rants and all that extra stuff. I mean, it's just, I don't even really have any words, because it just continues to happen. I have sons myself, so I'm definitely sensitive to the situation. But anyway, I just wanted to at least pay my respects on that topic before I get into what I was going to talk about today. So I hope everyone had a good holiday weekend, 4th of July. I know I did. But some of the stuff I saw over the weekend is what prompted my topic today. And I feel like it's a topic that needs to be discussed because several of us are going through it. And I just feel like we don't talk enough about it. So what I want to talk about today is toxic relationships. And when I say toxic, I mean relationships that basically go nowhere. You keep going back time and time again, and they're not getting you anywhere. And they're actually just causing you nothing but turmoil, pain, drama. Those are toxic relationships. I used to be in one, so I definitely know the signs. And like I said, just some of the things that I saw over the weekend just was like, wow, I need to kind of talk about this. So, I just feel like, and a conversation I've even had was, to a person was basically, when a person doesn't cause you anything but pain and drama and constant turmoil, like at some point, like when is enough and is going to be enough? Like when is the running back and going back and forth with each other going to be enough? Now, I do understand, when you break up with somebody and you've had time away from them, you kind of think, like, okay, maybe I do need this person. Maybe this person was a good person for me. I'm not saying that, you can't go back, and I'm not saying that situation is necessarily toxic. When I'm talking about toxic, then I mean like you're constantly breaking up, going back together, breaking up, getting back together, and it's like over and over and over again. And then, when you are together, it's nothing but drama and chaos and just, public humiliation. At what point do you value yourself enough, and do you even just think about your life to just say, this is just too much. It's just enough. Like every day is something else. Every day is something new. Or hell, even the same thing. So it's like, when do you get to a point where you say to yourself, like, this is enough, instead of running back, repeating the cycle. And, I feel like, when people are comfortable in a situation, that's when, it really becomes a problem, because then you're saying you're comfortable with toxicness, and is that even a word? I don't know. But you're saying you're comfortable with things being just a constant, just cycle of just endless drama. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, you just have to be like, this is enough. And especially when it gets to a point where you are a public figure or trying to be a public figure, and you have a partner who does nothing but, pretty much make you look like an idiot. When your partner is, being a complete idiot in public and, pretty much just making you look like a complete fool, and you keep going back, like that's toxic, When you have somebody and when you're with someone, it should be equal partnership. It should be positivity. It should be, you speaking life into each other, and it should be you bringing the best out of each other. When you're bringing the worst out of somebody, and, when you just see nothing but, the absolute worst in them, that again is a toxic relationship. You should not be with anybody that does not bring out the best in you, or at least want the best for you, or, put you in situations where it's going to be a good look for you. But, constantly having drama, acting a fool, just doing unnecessary BS, really, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's not a relationship. Again, that's toxic. It's poison. You know what I'm saying? And I get you can't help who you love who you love, true enough. But sometimes you have to love a person enough to let them go. And, that may not make sense right now, but like, when you're in the moment and when you're actually in that situation, it's like, it's more understandable. It's like you have to love somebody enough to walk away and let them go. So it's like a child, right? It's like, when you have to discipline a child or, and you got to chastise a child, like you tell them like, I don't want to do this, but I love you enough. So that's why I'm going to do it, to make sure that, you don't do this again, or this, sets you up for a better situation. So it's like, sometimes we have to think of things and handle things as if it's like a baby or child, right? You want the best. So it's like, because I want the best for you, I've got to do this. Because I want the best for you, because I love you, I've got to do that. So it's the same thing with the relationship. It's like, because I love you and I want the best for you, I've got to remove you. And sometimes that's the best thing you can do for a person, is just remove them, feed them from a long handle spoon. You don't even necessarily have to remove them completely from your life, but the position that they hold in your life needs to change, because it's not helping you and it's not helping your situation. As I said, I've even been in a toxic relationship, and it took me a very long time to get in the mindset of, this is not healthy, especially when it's affecting your health. If it's affecting your daily, day to day, if it's affecting your job, if it's affecting your mood, like if it's affecting stuff like that, that is toxic, because that's what poison does. Poison is supposed to shut down, your systems. They're supposed to shut you down. So that is what a toxic person does. They're slowly but surely shutting you down until there's not going to be any more left of you. So it's like you have to decide at some point to say, this is too much. I got to walk away. You know what I mean? And just because you love someone and because they seem loyal or they seem whatever, doesn't mean that you have to stay there and you're meant to be with them. It doesn't. Like, okay, you love them, that's great. You have love for a lot of people, but that doesn't mean that they have to hold a certain position in your life. Like, I'm the type of person, I kind of categorize people, I put them in boxes. So, you might have to do the same thing for a person that like you keep going through the same cycle with. And then you have to think like, you can't keep doing the same things and expecting different results. You cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. You have to do something different. You have to get outside your box and start thinking outside the box. Like, there are so many fish in the sea. So it's like, this one person, yes, you may have these strong ties and love, but is it really love though? Is it really like, I'm in love with this person, I just need this, I can't live with this person? Is it really that? Or is it the fact that you're just comfortable? As I've said in my previous videos, is this person just like a placeholder? Because I know some people that are in toxic relationships and they stay there only because they know that that person, no matter what they do, they're going to be there no matter what. That's why they rock with them. That's why they claim they love them or in love or with this person. Or they're loyal or they're always there. Yeah, they're always there because they're a walking doormat for you and you're comfortable with that. So it's like, it's kind of like unfair. And I feel like two toxic people together, like you're keeping each other from your best person. There's someone out there who's deserving of, the other person. There's someone out there who's deserving of you. So it's like you're keeping each other from being great with someone else just because you're comfortable. And that's a lot of reasons why people stay in stuff, is because they're comfortable. That's where they've been. They've had years invested. But so what? 10 years, 2 years, doesn't really matter. If it's not benefiting your life and if it's not adding value, there's really no purpose for them. Not to mention, people come for a reason, a season, a lifetime. And if you keep going at something and it's not working, then that means their time is up. Their season is up. Their reason is up. And, you just got to start acknowledging and really seeing when that time is and saying, okay, yep, this is, they taught me something. They taught me whatever it is that I needed to learn. And now it's time to move on. It's a reason why you guys don't work together, and you got to figure out what that reason is. And you have to be willing to actually walk away and let it go and just say, you know what, we need to remain friends, or even sometimes friends can be toxic, So you just have to, really sit down and decide, like, is this really worth me keep going, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? Like, you're not moving anywhere. You're still in the same place. Still in the same place. And that's another side of a toxic relationship. If you were in the same place with this person that you were in a couple years ago, a year ago, hell, 6 months ago, hell, 30 days, that as a relationship, as two people together, you're supposed to grow. You're supposed to evolve and you're supposed to move forward. If you're not moving forward and you're being stuck in the same place, like, what is really the purpose? You know, it's like a job. If you're not moving up and moving forward, what is really the purpose of you being there? Staying in the same place is really not. So, you know, I think like we as people, I'm not going to say people, just we as people don't really think about the effects that a person can have over your entire life. And I feel like sometimes, you know, people will help you block your blessings because you're not letting go. Like God, I think puts people in your life and he tries to teach you the lesson. If you're not learning the lesson, you know, you're going to keep going through the same things over and over and over again until you learn the lesson, you know? So, I think when it comes to being with someone who is toxic and just a toxic relationship, you know, it's just like, you just have to, you have to really just decide like what's important to you. Is having peace of mind, being happy, you know, those things important to you, or just keeping someone around just because you're comfortable. You know, this I feel is like a big issue with a lot of people, and we just, you know, kind of push it under the rug and don't really worry about it. Just kind of like, oh, I love them, or I love him, I love her, whatever, you know. Again, we can all love somebody, and that's fine if you have love for someone. But if they're not adding value in your life, not doing anything but causing constant turmoil and chaos, and not only that, but it bleeds off into other people, you know, and the negative energy comes off onto other people that have nothing to do with the situation, it's a problem. It's a problem. And it's a problem that needs to really be looked at and dissected and addressed. Like, you know, it just... I just think it goes unnoticed a lot, and, you know, we don't really discuss or talk about it. Like, why is it that people constantly run back to the same situation over and over and over again? You know, from people who are in domestic, you know, violence relationships, people who are, you know, in just relationships where they're constantly, you know, cheated on and lied to and all these things, you know, but we still go back, you know. But I personally just feel like it's a level of being comfortable. And at the end of the day, you got to get uncomfortable. You know, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to take risk. Life is about risk. And it's about taking the right risk, especially, you know, for yourself and for your, you know, if you have children or people who are looking up to you. Like, you know, it's just a conscious decision to not keep running back to the same things. It's not getting you anywhere. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to touch on that topic a little bit. Because I just think it's just something that, like, you know, I know we know it's happening, but we don't really see it as like a big deal. It's just kind of like, oh, who you love, you know, it's like downplayed when that's not true. Yeah, you can love somebody, but that doesn't mean that just because you love them, you have to be with them or be around them or be involved with them. You can love them from afar, especially when they're not bringing any good to your life. So, anywho, just wanted to touch on that for the day. And next week we have several other topics, and I'm going to decide which one we're going to do next week. But look for the next video next Monday. It will be on Monday, I promise, because there's no more holidays for me to get a little lit. But no. So yeah, check out the next video coming next Monday.